and quicker each time. Hang on, let me get my energy up a little bit. Oh, I'm getting some rest in. Well, not really. I'm live streaming right now. Unless I do just decide to do one of these days where it's just me sleeping on the couch for a while. I'll answer the questions when I wake up in about 12 hours, but we've got convention season coming up. So I have a couple weekends here to get some work done in advance because we not only is convention season starting in March, but it's coming in full force. We got like 3 in March. If you want to know, well, I'm about to tell you what the cons are, but if you're now watching this live or you want to look this up on your own, the thumbnail is a picture of what the cons we have coming up so far. Plus, go on facebook.com/the real cinema snob. I've got an image there of the cons and the dates that we have coming up. The first one we've got coming up, Cedar Falls Comic Con in Iowa. That's a 2-day con. That's March 7th through the 8th. We've got Game On Expo in Arizona, March 13th through the 15th. That'll be the first convention that I've done. I think it's the first convention I've done in Arizona. I believe it's around Phoenix. Last time I was around that area, it was a bunch of years ago. Spoonie and I were gonna try out Amy's Baking Company, which was kind of a infamous place at the time. And then we go there, and turns out it was closed. Go figure. They were there was a sign on the door. It said they were closed to take part in an upcoming pilot for a reality show, which I guess never happened. So not only did we not get to try out that place, whatever show they were filming didn't even air. So we ate at some Greek place instead. That maybe probably tasted a little bit better. We'll be doing C2E2 again, but not the full day like we usually do, unless something changes, and we'll keep you guys updated. But we do have panels going on at C2E2, which will be here in Chicago, March 27th through the 29th. We do have some panels going on over the weekend. As far as the table goes, we do have a table, but we just have a table for like an hour each of the days. So we will be there. It just for the time being, it'll be for a limited time. And I'll have copies of my new book with me as well. I am fantastic at promoting not just shows, but my book. I'm reaching over here as if it's sitting right next to me, but it's not. You'll just have to take my word for it that I have a new book out called Skinemax. This is live, so I can't have it just magically appear in my hand. Well, here's one of my books. I'll also have this one. I'll also have this one here too, and well, I'll have Class of '86 as well. Different cover when I take it to cons. This is one of the first copies of it, but Skinemax is around here somewhere. All of it. Well, yeah, there's a big box of them sitting right there. So I'll have all of my books, including my current one, at the shows. We have a couple scheduled coming up in April. We're doing Midwest Toy and Comic Fest. That'll be cool. I'll get to visit home because it's located in Springfield, Illinois. Born and raised in Springfield, Illinois. I try to go back there a time or two a year to visit, but oddly enough, this will be the first convention that I'm doing there in Springfield. In Springfield, Illinois. I'll have to see which of my friends down there are available that weekend too. I believe it's going on at the fairgrounds, I think, in one of the buildings at the fair. So, well, that'll be interesting. Going to the fairgrounds where I'm not trying deep fried sadness. I'm just kidding. It makes me very happy when I eat that stuff there. I feel sad later on when the stomach ache kicks in. We've also got one we do every year, Wisconsin, April 24th through the 26th, Midwest Gaming Classic. Have I stalled for enough time before the super chats roll in? I don't have anything else to do. We don't have a poll. The little can of choices. We don't have a poll going on for Patreon. We did the poll drawing last week. If you missed it last week and you didn't see it on Patreon, it was very clear which one was gonna win. The first choice that I pulled out was Return of the Living Dead. So I was like, whatever these other choices are, they better be big ones because it's looking like just from the first name I picked out, it'll probably be Return of the Living Dead. Now, of the ones that I did pick out from the can of choices, Return of the Living Dead was clearly the best one, but the other choices too, I was like, there's great material here for episodes if Return of the Living Dead doesn't get picked. There was the Andy Sedaris film, Malibu Express. There was Grim Cuddy, which is all kinds of awful. Turkey Shoot, aka Escape 2000, this like dystopian most dangerous game movie from Brian Trenchard Smith, which is kind of an awesome movie. It's like it's like Most Dangerous Game if there was a wolf man in it in a top hat for some reason. He's not even a main character. He's the sidekick of another character. So I was like, whatever wins here, you got some really, really good material, but it was made pretty clear as soon as that poll started. Return of the Living Dead was going to be the runaway winner on that. I actually did. Great movie. I love Return of the Living Dead. It was fun watching that again. I watched it earlier, got it written. I'll be editing it tomorrow, and that'll be over on Patreon some point tomorrow evening. It was honest. It won't be a very full day of editing. Well, I mean, regardless if an episode is long or short, it does take most of the day. But given Return of the Living Dead, it'll be, if I were to guess, maybe it'd be about a 20-minute episode, maybe at the most. Because, I mean, given that I can't show nudity in the videos, and about half the movie is Linnea Quigley doing her sexy naked dance. Oh, well, this will be a fairly easy episode to edit once I get around all this. Great movie, though. It was very fun watching that again. So now that I've got Return of the Living Dead out of the way, in the future, maybe not anytime very, very, very soon, but I'll get through the other ones as well, the other sequels. I've seen 2 and 3. I actually remember liking 3 quite a bit. 4 and 5, the made-for-TV ones, by the time I do get to those, I've never seen those before. That'll be my first time watching them. But also, typically a Patreon poll episode is about every other week. The episode that I'll be doing, I believe, after Return of the Living Dead, since I do a Leprechaun movie every year, I think that'll time it about right, the week after the Return of the Living Dead one goes public. Because I got to do another Leprechaun movie, and now I've hit Leprechaun Origins, which I also have not seen before. It'll be my first time seeing it. I hear it's the worst. I think it's the only one that has a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I do know it's the one that plays it totally straight, with really no camp or not that much comedy in it, from what I hear. And from what I understand, it didn't go over too well. So I'll find that out soon. Yeah, between editing tomorrow, I'll be editing Return of the Living Dead. That should be easy enough. I've had a couple of easy weeks of editing as far as the main show goes. The episode that I've got going up on this Monday, is for Boogeyman 2. Very easy episode to do, considering half the movie is just stock footage of the first Boogeyman movie. They pull what was before Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, but it was the appetizer for Silent Night, Deadly Night 2. Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 being the main course as far as archive footage sequels go. Except Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 is kind of awesome. Boogeyman 2, not so much. Even though it's a shorter episode, it still did give me a lot of material. Once it gets into the Hollywood party in the second half of it, you got people killed by toothbrushes and hoses in the in the garage, whatever is sitting around the room at the time. Yeah, I still got material to work with Silent Night, or with Boogeyman 2. Anyway, I see there's at least one or a couple super chats in there, so let me go ahead and pull those up right now. I don't think I have a con next. I think the cons start in a couple weeks, so I should be able to live stream. I should be able to live stream probably next weekend as well. I could do something special. KFC brought back the Twister wraps. Did a short the other day on the regular Twister wrap, but they do have a spicy version. If I'm able to stream next weekend, maybe I'll order the spicy version. That way I can sit here and say, it's mild, and then go about the questions. Alright, let's pull up your suit. Okay, we got a few in here. Excellent. Thanks so much for watching, you guys, by the way, seriously. Oh, we got a member in here. A member of our members section on YouTube. So you can see little mini reviews that I do that are part of the main midnight screening. Just me doing little mini solo reviews. Posted it up a couple last week on Psycho Killer. Boy. And How to Make a Killing. I saw those. This is from Ethan Hasse 26. Hey Brad, what are some canceled unmade films that you wish were made? Oh, off the top of my head, when I interviewed David A.R. White again recently, and because he was promoting, he put out an action movie, Line of Fire, I think is what it was called. Him, Cuba Gooding Jr. is in it too, and it was this straightforward action film. It wasn't a faith-based movie, so it was kind of a departure. I mean, he's done action movies before, but this was a departure in that it's not a faith-based film, so nothing like that gets brought up in it. And I asked him in the interview, because he does like doing action movies, so I asked if there was any other types of genres that he'd try out, and I asked about horror films, and he mentioned to me that they did, I think it was some time ago, maybe 10 or so years ago, maybe longer, but he said that they did start making a horror film, and I believe it was a faith-based horror film, where it was a possession movie. I'm sure it was a possession movie, because he said they got most of the way into filming it, and at one point his character gets possessed and starts chasing around his wife with a butcher's knife, and he's all covered in blood and everything. So I don't, maybe it'd be one of the R-rated Pure Flix movies. I forget why he said it didn't get finished. Maybe it was funding. I'm only guessing on that. I don't know if that was the reason, but he said something, he kind of laughed and he was joking, saying, yeah, maybe this was God telling me that I shouldn't do this movie. But I'm sitting there thinking, I want to see this unfinished David A.R. White movie where at one point he gets possessed and starts chasing the family around with a knife. Like possession movie and also faith-based Shining, sort of, maybe? I'm not sure. I haven't seen any stills or footage from it or anything like that, but oh man, yeah. I give them the rest of the funding so they'll finish that movie. Even though maybe it would be clear there's a 10-year gap in between when they started making it and when finishing it. Just explain that that's all part of the possession. So that's off the top of my, that's just off the top of my head. I would very much like to see that movie. Also release the Eric Stoltz scenes from Back to the Future. They've teased us enough with the dialogue-less footage that they've put up, pictures they've put up. Any movie or show that features an alternate universe like Fringe or The Flash has a reference to it. The public wants to see the Eric Stoltz footage, so release that. Danny McGraw. Hello, Brad. What is the worst sequel? Crocodile Dundee 2 or City Slickers 2? That's an easy one for me because I really like Crocodile Dundee 2. I watched Crocodile Dundee 2 a lot. And the first one I very much enjoyed too. But something about the, like, drug lord plot of the second one, and then them returning to Australia, and he's using his surroundings and everything to kind of Australia, Home Alone in the Jungle mess with the mess with the drug kingpins. Oh, what is it? He makes them think that the tribe is gonna eat them at one point. He switches clothes with one guy and then gets shot when his friend thinks that it's the villain that he's shooting at, but it's his friend's a lousy shot, so he just gets Crocodile Dundee in the side, so he's fine. He walks away perfectly fine in that. So yeah, no, I watched the hell out of Crocodile Dundee too when I was young. My friend Sarah, who was on Midnight Screening, she's a big fan of that movie too, so we would watch it quite a bit. City Slickers 2, I remember not liking that at all. I only saw it once, and I loved the first one. I love City Slickers. The second one, it was certainly missing something with Bruno Kirby not being in it. I mean, even though, John Lovitz is always great, but, and Curly's got a twin brother so we can bring Jack Palance back. I saw it in the theater. The main thing that I remember from it was at the beginning when Billy Crystal is walking through the street in New York and he passes by the Ed Sullivan Theater with the Letterman marquee and thinking, yeah, I do wish I was just at home watching Letterman right now. No, I remember not liking that at all. Oh boy, my dad hated it when we went to go see it because he loves the first movie too. And there for a while, he would say City Slickers 2 was one of the worst movies he's ever seen. I don't know if I go that far because I don't remember much about the movie, and if it really was one of the worst movies I'd ever seen, I'd remember more about it other than it had the Letterman marquee in one scene. Silhouetted Annie. It cuts off after those words. Sorry about that. Just want to say, been a big fan of your vid since 2010, and congrats on being a father. Right? You look at me in those videos from 2010, you never guessed that one day I would be father material. I have a much, much better place now than if I was raising my son in the in the dark horror movie looking basement that I used to shoot the videos in. Or was I still? No, I was shooting in a duplex in 2010, but that place was, I was working a lot then and didn't pick up after myself quite a bit. I say that now, but you see, you're only seeing me at this angle right here. You aren't seeing the mounds of mess that I have here in my office. Right down over there, that box of Stranger Things cereal is still sitting there. Oh, there's my Jaws popcorn bucket. This is why I haven't slept much lately. Here's where my Rocky toys are. We'll get a good night's sleep tonight, Rock. Speaking of the speaking of the Demogorgon Crunch, let's see if it's been down here for a while. Let's see if it's still any good. No, it's still delicious. This has been sitting down here for a while, kind of open, but it is not stale at all. It still has the crunchiness to it. Still tastes the same as when I first opened it. That's good, but worrisome. What is in this? The Upside Down figured out how to make a cereal that doesn't go stale. Why are we even talking bad about that place for several seasons? No, my office tends to get a bit cluttered. See, someone in the chat says that's concerning. I agree. If I get hungry, though, I'll still feast on it through this. So, yeah, my office can tend to get a little cluttered. One, it's very easy for me to not even notice that things are getting cluttered. Thanks, ADHD. But also, when I get done editing, I very quickly just want to leave my office and do anything else. So I kind of leave some stuff behind. There. Yeah. I'll leave the bottle of booze behind. I'll need that when I get to Boogeyman 3, Return of Boogeyman. So thanks for watching since 2010. The sets are much brighter now. They look a lot better. The mini posters. It's less grainy. You can see more so what I look like now, for better or worse. But don't worry, the clutter is still there. My son doesn't play in here. I don't want him getting into the suspiciously still crunchy cereal. I'll only give my son cereal that I know for sure he's got to eat it fast or it'll get stale. Is that a stomach ache I'm feeling? It could be the burrito I had before getting on here. Or it could be the mysteriously crunchy cereal. Um, Scroll up. Okay, here we go. Eclectic Ennui. If you do a Cinema Snob episode on Psycho Killer, what do you mean if? Will you at least make one Simpsons joke, since the part of the film takes place at a nuclear power plant? Yeah, I will. So, when I go see a movie like that, even if I'm not intending, or even if I'm not planning on there being a snob episode, sometimes just instinctively jokes will still be going through my head as I'm watching it. That was happening in that. I mean, in this movie's case, pretty early on, I was like, I'll be making an episode on this sometime in the year. And yeah, the part in the movie that's set around a nuclear power plant, there were a lot of jokes going through my head, all Simpsons related. Like, oh, that killer's gonna pull a Homer. The episode where Homer stopped the plant meltdown. A joke like that might be what I go with, unless I think of something else. But I can't wait to get to that film. As not so great as it's been doing in theaters, it'll probably be on digital before too long. Can't wait to watch it again. Silhouette it again. Neil Blomkamp's unmade Alien film would have been neat. Yeah, I would have liked to have seen that. He did he did a couple that I liked better than some other people did. I mean, I liked is it District 9? I did like that one a lot, and that one got really good reviews. Elysium, there were aspects of it that I liked, but if I remember, I only saw it once. It was when I saw it in the theater. But a lot of the shakiness of it, didn't that have like a lot of like really over the top shaky cam in it? I think to the point to where it was hard to tell what was going on a lot of the time. Yeah, I had a problem with that, but there were other things about that movie I liked. I did kind of like Chappie, which was basically hard R Short Circuit 2. Which Short Circuit 2 was borderline hard R anyway. But that one just went for it with Chappie grabbing the villain and saying, "You mother effer, you mother effer," and saying the full word, throwing him through the window. I don't know. I kind of found that movie pretty entertaining. So sure, yeah, I'd like to have seen what his Alien movie would be. Jay Donaldson. Brad, my wife loves horror movies but have never seen Sleepaway Camp. How should I go about getting her to watch it? Dude, I got a great idea. Go up to her and say, "Want to watch Sleepaway Camp?" There you go. No, no, no. I don't. Is she wanting to watch it? Is it. If she's already wanting to watch it, you're gold, man. Put on Sleepaway Camp. Um, if she's like, yeah, I don't know if I want to watch that. Then show her something way worse, and then early on say, you know what's better, Sleepaway Camp. Then maybe, Sleepaway Camp will look better by then. Any excuse is a good time to watch Sleepaway Camp. Oh, look, if she's really into horror movies, and if she's really into slashers, especially that era of slashers, that I'm surprised she hasn't already seen it, but yeah, yeah. If she's already into that kind of thing, shouldn't be too hard to sit down and watch it. Doc, Doctor Doctor Olu, Drolu. There's a lot of O's in this name. Will you review Deadly Friend? It's weird fun. Oh yeah, Deadly Friend's entertaining. I mainly remember the basketball scene. There was a basketball at the dude knocks his head off. But that movie's in the can of Patreon poll choices. So if it ever gets picked, it's kind of a cult film. It's got an audience for sure. It's got standout scenes in it. So it would have a good chance of winning if that's ever on the poll. My buddy Jacob Matthew Crawford. Hey man, glad I made it to the stream. Which Death Wish score do you like the best? Herbie Hancock from the first or Jimmy Page from the second? Probably Herbie Hancock's because I remember it more. Jimmy Page's from the second, I'm sure is good. I'm just having a hard time remembering it. I'd have to listen to him again, but given the score for the first, given that I remember that, yeah, I would say that one. I liked the whoo, whoo sound effect that they used in the trailer for Death Wish 3 because I saw that trailer all the time on TV when the movie first came out, so I can still remember that in my head. Weirdly, that's the kind of score that I closest associate with that series. Is Death Wish 3 was my introduction to the Death. It wasn't the first Death Wish movie I saw. That would be the first, but it was my introduction to it and knowing what it was. Because the trailer for 3 was on all the time in '85 when it came out. Jacob Matthew Crawford again. I came in late, so maybe you already talked about this. With all the convention appearances lined up, will the streams be on hiatus for a few weeks? We'll see. Because if I'm gone the entire weekend, and no, yeah, this didn't come up about the streams and whether I'll be streaming during the weekends I'm at a convention. So there's one in the one in Iowa in early March. That's only a 2-day con. I think we're leaving here early Saturday and coming back Sunday, so I might be able to stream on that Friday. The weekends that we're gone, the whole from like Friday to Sunday, like Midwest Gaming Classic and is that the Game On Expo in Phoenix. Yeah, those weekends I wouldn't be able to stream because I'll have to make up work like editing and writing on the day before I leave and the day that I come back. But yeah, the ones that are 2-day cons and even C2E2 where we're only there for part of the day, I could be able to. It's going to depend on how excuse me. It's going to depend on how tired I am from the shows. If I'm not too exhausted, and also if I don't, because there is a lot of makeup work that I have to do when we have con weekends. I usually have to cram a lot into the week, or on those weekends before and after I get back, I do have a lot of makeup work to do as far as writing and editing goes. So there'll be a couple weekends there where I'll have to make up some 1986 and film stuff on the following week. But streaming, yeah, it's just going to depend on how tired I am. But one of those I should be able to. I don't think we have. Let's see, next week. I guess next weekend there is a con. Next weekend is March 7th, right? So I guess con season does start next weekend, so I won't be able to stream. Whatever weekend March 7th through the 8th is, that's the one we're doing in Iowa. Gorgo of Sparta just has heart emoji. I love you too. As much as I love these Celsiuses that get me through my writing and editing days. That plus coffee and also the frozen pizzas that I make when I'm editing. When I edit, I tend to make a frozen pizza. It's very convenient to eat. One hand here, editing, and the other that I can totally mentally do on autopilot now. Just muscle memory. I know this clip here, this goes here, audio here, clip here, Lloyd's 911 clip right here. It's the benefits of editing the same show for about 20 years. One of our members here, I know a guy one says, I managed to catch an early screening of Hoppers. If you and Doug are really, I think you and Doug are really gonna like this one. It's definitely Pixar's funniest. That's good to hear. Yeah, the fact that it's Pixar makes me want to give it a chance, even though over the past however many years they can be hit or miss. Um, that one, if I didn't know it was Pixar and I just saw the trailer, I don't know if I laughed that much in the trailer. When I saw the trailer for that movie, I was it was hilarious that that trailer was in front of Avatar, the recent Avatar movie, because that's exactly what Hoppers looks like. But it's interesting that we've gotten to the point to where a plot like that, where yeah, it's like Avatar, but instead of the human having an alien avatar, it's an animal avatar. For so long, especially when Avatar first came out, you would hear it's like Dances with Wolves, it's like Fern Gully, it's like this, that, a lot of different things it's like. But now, there's been a few Avatar movies. That's been a franchise now for since 2009. Now we've reached the point where something comes out and we're like, "Hey, that's like Avatar." So congratulations, Avatar. But no, that's good to hear that you liked it. So yeah, I'll go into it and give it a chance for sure. It's Pixar. Doug and I are usually at those movies. I imagine we'll be at that one. Drunken Buddha. When you're spotlighting 1986 in film, are you gonna mention The Cut and Paste? The Cut and Paste. Is that a movie? The Cut and Let me look that up. The Cut and Paste. I've got the January portion of 86 written and shot. I'm going to be editing it throughout this week. So later in the week, maybe Thursday, the first part of 1986 in film will be up over on Patreon. I'm keeping my eye out for what the themes of the year is going to be, because in 1985, there was a ton of transportation movies. And in 1965, beach movies. It was all beach. Every other movie was a beach movie, like I've said. With 1986, in January, there was already a few sports movies. There was The Best of Times with Robin Williams and Kurt Russell, where Robin Williams wants to make up for the fact that he lost the big football game in high school. There was Youngblood, the hockey movie with Rob Lowe. And then there was the rowing movie with Nick Cage, The Boy in Blue, I believe is what it was called, which has, when you compare the poster to what that movie is, the poster for this Nick Cage movie, which is him oiled up, ripped as shit, lifted weights, it looks like he's trying out to be an extra in the Olivia Newton-John physical video. You would never know from looking at that poster that it is a period piece biopic set in the world of rowing in the 1800s. And then February, I looked, and it's got at least one football movie in there. Wildcats came out in February of 86. So already we're looking at a sports theme in 86. So we'll see if that continues. But 1986 movie cut and paste. Oh, you're talking about Godfrey Ho movies. Yeah, I'll look. 'Cause I don't know if I can talk about it because I'm sure Godfrey Ho probably had like 50 movies in 1986. Yeah, just this list right here. He's got the Ninja Squad in 1986. Have I seen Ninja Squad? I don't think I have, but given how much he likes cut and paste, I probably have seen some of it before without realizing it. Yeah. I'll look and see if there's any Godfrey movies I can talk about in there. I'll write this down. I need to just write for the Tox can for poll choices, just simply write, not Uwe Ball, Jesus, Godfrey Ho. God. God Ho. I'll know what that means. Pull it out. The hell is this? Gung Ho? Why did I put Gung Ho in here? Unless I mean the Scott Bakula TV version. Put Godfrey Ho on there. And there, just to be like, just to put Godfrey Ho on there. And whatever choice whatever movie it'll be will be a surprise. Yeah, I'll see which ones of his came out in '86. Do, 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 do. MHW Nation, have you seen Abel Ferrara's films Cat Chaser and The Body Snatchers? You know what? I don't think I saw Cat Chaser. I saw his Body Snatchers and I liked it quite a bit. It's actually a pretty creepy movie. I don't know if I'd call it the best Body Snatchers movie, but one of them for sure. Like, there's creepy ass moments in there, like Meg Tilly doing the line, like, where are you gonna go? Where are you gonna hide? That's kind of repeated through the movie, and it's pretty creepy when she does that. Yeah, I caught that movie when I was young. I caught it because I didn't see it in the theater, but I saw it when it was like new on HBO, Cinemax, wherever I saw it. Yeah, watched it some night. I thought it was creepy as hell. Cat Chasers. I don't think I saw this. There's a few of his I haven't seen. A lot of them stuff he's done within the past like couple decades. Like there's some of those I haven't seen. Okay, this is his 1980. Oh, that movie. Yeah, the Peter Weller movie. Okay, you know what? No, I didn't see this, but yeah, Kelly McGillis is in it too. Once I saw the box cover, or once I saw the poster, I was like, I remember that box cover from the video store. No, I didn't see this. Miami hotel owner finds danger when he becomes romantically involved with the wife of a deposed general of the Dominican Republic. As you do. Yo, back then, we'd do anything to get laid. I didn't know who your husband was, but you're hot, so I would have done it anyway. You didn't have to tell me this was from 1989. I'm like, oh, that's an erotic thriller plot. Gotta be late 80s, early 90s. Oh man, Wild Orchid's not in theaters anymore. Oh, let's go see the Peter Weller movie. Charles Durning is in it too. I'll bet his sex scene is hot. No, I didn't see this. When I saw the name Cat Chasers, I was like, is this the adult movie he directed? I love Abel's work, so I should check that out sometime. Might be. There's only one from the 80s that I didn't see. Danny McGraw. Do you ever have to make a list of eligible ending stingers? You know what? No. This is in context to, like, it's something we all got from Mystery Science Theater, where the episode ends, and there's just a little stinger at the end of each episode. I forget what the first one was that I did that. Was it Zombie 5? Was that the first stinger that I had in an episode? I don't even remember what it was. It was around that. I might have been doing the show for like a year and then started doing stingers. There was like I Am the Waffle Maker from the refrigerator, but I don't think that was the first stinger that I had. No, it's one of those where it's like you just feel it, it's a gut feeling thing. When you come across what is going to be a perfect stinger, I write down the time code where it's at, and I'm like, yep, that's the one, that's the clip. It sticks out. It's like Adam Scott looking at the numbers on whatever the show is on Apple. Severance. Jesus. That's what I call it. I just call it the Adam Scott numbers show, where he stares at a computer. Shit, it's like that. You're looking at it and you gotta wait for the right one to pop up, and then you feel it. There's sometimes where I'll go through one where I'll be watching a movie and I really don't find one. Like nothing really pops out to me like that. So usually in the case of when something like that happens, um I keep my eye out when I'm editing because maybe there's something that I missed. And then when I'm editing, maybe I'll go to whatever was a funny scene and pick a line from it. But usually, yeah, that'll just kind of organically happen when I'm watching the show. Nathan Palmer, message redacted. I'm assuming he was gonna tell me the Apple TV show that I totally freaking brain farted on a minute ago. Uh, Michael Rudderly. Brad, I know you love Red Dead Redemption, so I was wondering what you think of the villain Edgar Ross. There was a lot of it. I haven't played it in a while. There was a few villains in that. Um Ross is the primary. Oh, right. Um yeah, no, he was a good villain. I mean, I guess I don't I guess maybe he didn't stand out to me as one of the greatest villains in video game history because I had to look him up by name. I was like, oh, well dressed guy with the 45. Yeah, I know who he is. Um, I should know the character's name. I've played through the entire game a few times. It's been a while. It weird like it feels like an eternity since I have played it. I don't know how to describe it because I don't really have time to play a lot of games anymore on account of working and being a father and out of town for the conventions and stuff like that. It's not like I get a lot of vacations really. So if I play something anymore, it's typically not something like that, which is a commitment, a big commitment. Usually I got my old TV. I play something on the Nintendo or Super Nintendo or the Genesis. I can do that for a little bit and then Jack will wake up and I go about my day. So because of that, since I'm so focused on other things now, uh someone in the chat said I could send in my understudy. That's very true. Just I can just find anyone with facial hair and a bald head. We all get confused with each other all the time. Um yeah, so it does feel like an eternity since I've played a lot of games like that. So I'm hell. That's why this game I played a few times. I had to look up who that character is. And maybe I'll go on a nice week-long vacation when uh Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out. By the time I'm 65 years old, then I'll then that game will be out. I'll set aside a week, go on vacation, and binge play through it. Um, Jacob Matthew Crawford. With the plot of Game Boys, the movie I directed called Game Boys back in 2008, with the plot of Game Boys focused on Custer's revenge and the chapter in Class of '86 that highlights Beat 'em and Eat 'em, what are your favorite Atari games, if they are any? Yeah, so I did this comedy in 2008. It was called Game Boys. It was about a couple of retro gamers, and they are wanting to. One of them's been broken up with, so they want to have this like party, and so they want to do a Custer's Revenge competition. My book, Class of '86, has a part in it where I put some like flashbacks through Class of '86 to kind of flesh out the characters a little bit more and kind of show more of their life before violence happens. I probably should have structured those parts a little bit differently instead of putting them in as flashbacks, but there's a section and that was added when I because Class of '86 was based on a script that I wrote a bunch of years ago, and those parts were in that case it's flashing back to them wanting to get an adult Atari game. That wasn't from the script. Stuff like that was just added for the book. Favorite Atari games? Do I have a favorite Atari game? Oh, Berserk. I really like Berserk a lot. That's one that I would probably play the most. to see if I could get the death score on there. The score where the kid got a high score on it and ended up getting a heart attack. It is kind of an intense game. I did make it to the death score once. And I'm still alive, so maybe I shouldn't roll the dice on that anymore. Bo Dynamite. Thanks for years of free content, bud. Oh, we're buddies now. Thanks for years of free content, bud. You were always the funniest person from Channel Awesome. In a fair world, you'd be working in Hollywood right now. Love your films. You're the man. I like doing my own. Oh, thank you, thank you. Thanks for the compliment. I like doing stuff on my own, to be perfectly honest. If I was to do something mainstream, I would do, yeah, acting, I for sure would. When it comes to stuff I create, stuff I write, stuff I direct, I've always just really liked doing my own thing. I was enrolled in film school after high school. I was enrolled at Columbia Film School in Chicago. Signed up, paperwork done, was accepted, all of that. And then, it hit me because it was one of those deals where it was like, I guess that's what I had that mindset of, I guess that's what you're supposed to do. Um, but that wasn't the kind of writer or director I wanted to be. I didn't want to be like a commercial director, commercial writer. Stuff that you would need film school for. I always really, really wanted to do my own thing. I was way more passionate about writing and making my own stuff, micro budgeted style, shot on video style. For better or worse, I'm in control of this. This is this exploitation movie I want to make. I want to be an exploitation director. So I didn't go to film school. I was enrolled, but decided, I was like, you know what? I really don't think this is going to be for me. I want to stay here. I want to create my own shot on high 8 tapes. Horror films, exploitation films, comedies, whatever. That's really just what I wanted to do. So no, and still to this day, I went the self-publishing route with my books. I have my shows on my channel. I kind of do what I want with them. I mean, yeah, sure, you got to do stuff that pleases the algorithm, but it's still written like I want to write them. My books, again, for better or worse, it's self-published. I can kind of do what I want with them. If it's great, sweet. If it's not so great, my fault. Shit, I can't blame anyone. No, it's changed, man. Who changed it? Well, me in the second drafts. It's still my fault. But no, thanks for the compliment. Nathan Palmer 515. According to IMDb on your episode list, Godfrey Ho films Ninja Champion and Ninja Terminator were released in 1986. Okay. I'll talk about those in 19. I'll have to find out what month they came out in. If they came out in the state, because usually I stick with what the domestic release is most of the time. I make exceptions, like in 1964 and in 1965 when I talk about Fistful of Dollars and For a Few Dollars More, because those got released in the States a couple of years after that. I do make exceptions because I'm like, this I should talk about in the proper year it came out. With Ninja Champion, Ninja Terminator, I'll look and see what the American release dates for them are. Regardless, though, I should probably spotlight those on there. Because Godfrey, when I make the lists of the stuff for the year in film episodes, I'm basically combining a lot of lists because it's hard to find, whether we're talking about the 80s movies or the 60s movies, it's hard to find just a single complete list of release dates. Now, there'll be a lot on there, but there always might be one or two titles missing. I found that out the hard way when I did 1980 in film, because unfortunately there's a lot of stuff missing from that. But now, yeah, when I make the lists, I'm really combining a few different lists and cross-checking it to make sure that that's right. And then when we get into the exploitation film area, a lot of exploitation flicks, unless they were big hits, they're not showing up on really a lot of the lists that I work with. So I have to go to some specialty sites that deal with grindhouse movies, slasher movies, little released horror films, and they'll write them all out of the shot on video movies. And so then I'll then look it up to find out what month they came out and add it to the list. So anyway, that's a long way of me saying the lists that I work with don't have the Godfrey Ho movies on there, but I can still find out. I can still find out what their releases are. That's kind of what I did with when I did 1965 in film and the nudie movies from like Barry Mahan or Joseph Marwa or some of Herschel Gordon Lewis's movies. I would specifically go to their IMDb's, look at their filmography, and check out the release dates. So that's why there's a lot of Barry Mahan movies talked about in 1965 in film. Eclectic Ennui. In case you haven't heard, there's a new Faces of Death film starring Charlie XCX that's scheduled to be released in April. Do you think you'll review it? Yeah, definitely. I knew that there was a new Faces of Death movie, but I didn't know what kind of movie. I was like, is it doing the same? Is it parody? Is it like meta? Is it self-parody or something like that? Is it doing a comedy version, or is it doing something different than what they were? Is it another thing where they're like, no, this is totally real, wink, thanks Dr. B. Gross, that is your real name, and whether it is or not, I don't think you're a doctor. Is Charlie XCX playing the doctor in it? Francine B. Gross? Yeah, I'll check it out. It's funny it's got a name like that attached to it. Oh yeah, I remember Faces of Death, that classic Cyndi Lauper movie. But no, it's Faces of Death. Yeah, so I'll definitely review it. That's a movie. That first Faces of Death movie. Yeah, I've got a snob episode on it from back in the blip days. That's something I couldn't do on YouTube, probably. Senor Sticks, $6 Million Man or RoboCop? Which to become? Oh, who would I rather be, $6 Million Man or RoboCop? I'd rather be $6 Million Man, because then I'd still have a dick. I don't think I'd lose my family if I was the $6 Million Man. I wouldn't have to eat baby food all the time. Or maybe. It's been a while since I've seen $6 Million Man. Maybe he doesn't have a family. Maybe his family did leave him. Maybe he does eat baby food. Maybe that's just his thing. Yeah, it seems like it could be fun being the $6 Million Man. RoboCop, you're gonna need some therapy when you become RoboCop. Unless you fit him with the nice cop chip like he has in RoboCop 2, then he seemed perfectly fine with being RoboCop. A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. I like RoboCop 2. Those kids are playing with the fire hydrant and he just closes it, going around pissing off kids. They're throwing all their RoboCop toys away. Jacob Matthew Crawford. First Abel Ferrara movie I ever saw was Bad Lieutenant when I was 14 or 15. Recorded it uncut off IFC. Ooh. See, there's definitely penis in that movie. In that version. Family would have been mad if they found out. I was probably that age when I saw Bad Lieutenant. Let's see, Bad Lieutenant, that came out in 92, 93. Okay, I was young. I was probably 13 when I first saw it. I rented it. I saw it on the shelf at the video store. It was a new release. And when I saw the title, because I wouldn't have been in any movies where we would have gotten the trailer for Bad Lieutenant. So when I saw the title of Bad Lieutenant on the shelf, I think I had just seen Maniac Cop and Psycho Cop. Psycho Cop 1 and 2 with Bobby Ray Shaver. He was on The Office. He's Phyllis's husband on there. He was in two movies called Psycho Cop, and the second one I actually saw first. The second one is him loose in this high rise. It's like Die Hard if the character is just a serial killer cop going around the building killing people at a Christmas party. And then there's the first one where I think it's in the woods. But so I'd seen Maniac Cop and I saw the two Psycho Cop movies. So then I see a title called Bad Lieutenant and I think, we had another slasher on our hands. That's not what that movie is at all. When I saw it, I knew what the movie was, but I don't think that was the first Stable for Our movie I saw. I'm pretty sure I saw Driller Killer first. Our video store had Driller Killer. And when I was first starting to rent a shitload of horror movies, like in grade school, yeah, I see a title like Driller Killer, I'm renting the hell out of that. And the grit and grime and total mold dripping sleaze won me over with Driller Killer. I still like that movie. And yeah, I would have been, yeah, probably 13 or so when I saw Driller Killer. Maybe I saw it around the same time as Bad Lieutenant, but I know I saw Driller Killer first. Oops. Sorry. We had a lot more come in. Rejector 7126. Excuse me. The belch was me, not the question. Any chance of a Cinema Snob review of Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare or Bambi the Reckoning? Yeah, absolutely. I don't know when. It'll probably maybe soon-ish. Because episodes like that I do tend to do when there's conventions coming up because those episodes are kind of easy to do. Maybe these are different, but beforehand, if I had a con coming up and had just less time to edit something or I had to squeeze in a lot of work, I would pick a lot of those horror movie kids character stuff because a lot of those movies were a ton of padding and they would tend to be shorter episodes. Honestly, that's the same mindset of back in the day when I used to do the porn parody episodes. It's quick to do, quick to edit. I got a con coming up. This will be perfect for that. That's kind of how I felt about those character horror movies like the Popeye one, Freddy's Fridays, what other ones did Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. But those types of movies have gotten better, so maybe there would be a lot of material in these. I liked the second Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey movie. Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare I haven't seen. My buddy Scott saw Bambi the Reckoning. He said it was pretty good. So yeah, at some point I'll be getting to those. This year. Sometime this year I will. I know that there's other things I want to get there. Like I want to do the rest of the Cannonball Run movies. I got one more Boogeyman movie to do. That'll be easy because if Boogeyman 2 was 50% stock footage, I think Boogeyman 3 is like 85% stock footage. That'll be a very easy one to do around con season. This is great. Reviewing the same movie 3 times now. Senor Sticks. In the Hangover movie 1 or 2, who are you in the story? The monkey who gets shot? That's in part 2. Yeah, I don't know. Am I any of those characters? Well, I guess I'm a delightfully lovable asshole, like Bradley Cooper is. He says the types of naughty jokes that I would say. um, but in one of the Hangover movies, was it the second one, where they're in like a port town or something on the sea, and there's all of these like spectacular seafood restaurants around, and he says he really wants to go to Long John Silver's because he's like, it's going to be extra good because we're living right by the sea. That is totally the mindset that I would have. And we've got to find a McDonald's because odds are the McLobster might be in season, which is only in sea towns. Maybe they'll have, if I'm lucky, maybe they'll also have the McCrab. So I can identify with that. I have some bad luck sometimes, so I can see myself getting trapped on a roof like Justin Bartha. There's a little bit of me in all the characters from those movies that I haven't seen. Well, the first one I've seen a couple of times. Part 2 and 3 I only saw when they came out and we had to review them. Delmos Z. Will you review Voyage into Space, 1970? It's a film edit of a Japanese show where a kid has a giant robot and gun to shoot alien Nazis and kaiju. Well, that just describes about 10 movies from Japan at the time. I saw the name Voyage into Space, and at first I was like, did I review that in 1965 in film? Maybe I didn't if it's from 1970, unless I reviewed something from 1965 that used the same footage. Voyage into Space. Is that one of them that was on Mystery Science Theater? Voyage into Space, 1970. Let's see here. 42% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's decent for that plot description. Oh, if I want, the whole movie is up on not YouTube, but Daily Motion. Made for TV film. Oh, sorry, banner ad. Made for TV film compiling 5 of 26 episodes of the TV series Johnny Sacco and His Flying Robot from 1967. Ooh, they pulled a Heathcliff the movie. Hey, Dad, wait a minute. This is from the show. We should have known that Heathcliff the movie was going to be made up of episodes of the show when the trailer was just the opening credit scene of the show. Specifically, these were the first 2 episodes, number 1 and 2. Or just combine them all, like Time of the Apes did on Mystery Science Theater. This seems like something that would have a Film Ventures VHS release. I doubt I'll do a snob on that. I've not really done an episode on anything else like that, which, that could lend itself to, then yeah, I should do that. But I don't have a big frame of reference for that kind of thing. It wouldn't be high up on my list. Unless I see some clips that are like crazy out of this world, then maybe I would. Jacob Matthew Crawford. Last question of the night. Have you read or have any thoughts of the book Battlefield Earth? I read it for a book review. Personally, it made the film feel like a breath of fresh air. I read that book in school. I actually remember kind of liking it. I read it before I saw the movie. And then the movie came out, and I was like, that's not how I pictured these characters at all. They look nothing like this in the book. They're actually kind of... The Cyclos are described kind of terrifying in the book. I'll give credit to that movie in that... Normally, when you have a book movie and it does the thing of, oh, we're going to split the book in half, and you got movie 1 or movie 2... way more often than not, there is zero reason to do that. Sometimes it makes sense, sometimes it does, but usually you'll go see it maybe the second movie will be kind of action packed, but the first movie will have a ton of padding, and there will always, whether it's Breaking Dawn Part 1 or Harry Potter 7 Part 1, and maybe that one made sense to split up, but uh, Hunger Games 3 Part 1, there will always be a scene of the characters laying there sleeping and talking while they're supposed to sleep. There's a lot of padding in them. Whereas Battlefield Earth, one, it didn't advertise that that's what they did. Because Battlefield Earth, the movie, is just the first half of the book. And I'll give it this. Like, it is one of the only times I've seen that done where if you never read the book and you just saw the movie, it's got a beginning, middle, and end. You wouldn't really know that there's a whole second half of this book. Like, it seems relatively wrapped up. I mean, you know, the planet Cyclo is destroyed at the end of it, and Turl has his Twilight Zone ending where he's got his gold, but he's imprisoned in there with the gold. That seems like a fitting end, and not that that's just the middle of the book, or it's not the end. There's a whole bunch of stuff after that where uh, Johnny, what is he wants to become president or something. I can't remember, but no, I'll give it to that movie where it's like, yeah, this kind of did the whole splitting book thing and have fairly well. It feels like it's the whole story. That said, someone asked me this earlier about canceled movies that I wish I could have seen. I wanted to see Battlefield Earth Part 2. I'm not gonna lie, I did. It's a terrible movie, but I've seen it many times. It's entertaining as hell and really quotable. If I was a billionaire, I'd be like, John Travolta, here's millions of dollars. You go finish your dream. Finish your masterpiece. Corpo Agent 73. You mentioned looking for Mr. Goodbar on a recent live stream. I picked up the Blu-ray and really enjoyed it. I wasn't quite prepared for how shocking the ending was, and I'm a big horror fan. Oh yeah, that movie's got, I'm not going to spoil it for you. Looking for Mr. Goodbar is great. It's, Diane Keaton. She's a teacher in it, but she's got a wild nightlife. She bar hops a lot, hooks up a lot, gets in a lot of relationships. Some with guys that are all right, and some that are just like crazy drug dealers that end up stalking her. And it has an ending that, yeah, you won't see coming. It is a very shocking ending. There is a pseudo sequel to it. Not really, but so the movie Looking for Mr. Goodbar, it's loosely inspired by a true story. I'm trying to talk about this without spoiling it, but it's loosely based on a true story. And there is a TV movie that was made in like 82 or 83. It was called Trackdown that had George Segal in it. And it kind of picks up where the movie leaves off. Go ahead and look the movie up, and if you've seen the movie, you'll know what the plot's about. It kind of picks up from where the movie leaves off, except the track down is more about the actual true story. But you could kind of sort of watch it as this kind of bizarre sequel. I won't say the full title of Track Down because that does give it away, but look it up. I actually remember it being kind of okay for like a TV movie. There were good TV movies back then. Delos 1138. Ring of Terror is a horror movie. Ring of Terror is a horror movie that forgets its own plot for an hour or so. That some 50-something froshes go through the lamest hell week. Freshmen, okay, 50-something freshmen go through. I'm just reading it as it is. I think you're drinking a little something too, and it's not Celsius. It's maybe a little bit of this. Also includes casual animal abuse. Well, I don't really want to watch it now. Ring of Terror. Go through Hell Week. Okay, let me look this up. Um, oh man, just what I always wanted. Uh, Hell Night crossed with Cannibal Holocaust. Um, Ring of Terror horror movie. It is centers around young medical students. Also 19. Oh, is this a 60s movie? Oh, 1962. I thought from that plot. Did I talk about this in 1961 in film? Maybe I did. Fraternity pledge is forced to confront his fear of death when he is sent to a crypt to steal a corpse's ring. And then the movie Help happens with the Beatles. Yeah, maybe I talked about this in 1961 in film. I just don't remember. Actually, I am kind of recalling that a bit because I'm sure I did make a Help reference. Oh, maybe this movie is a 1.9 on IMDb. Maybe I should take a look at this sometime. And it's only an hour long. Great. Review this movie when I have a con coming up. That's the kind of movie where it's like, I am going to assume it was released on a double feature with The Crawling Hand. If we're lucky, The Creeping Terror. Okay, is this the last one? Or no, we got some more in here. MH We Eat Nation. Have you seen the movie Milo and Otis? Yeah, I saw it in the theater. I saw it in the theater when it came out. Had no idea it was a foreign movie until later because we got the American version that was like shorter and it had Dudley Moore narrating it and doing voices. Then later I found, speaking of Cannibal Holocaust, then later found out the darkness that went on behind the scenes. This cute movie for us, the audiences, behind the scenes, total horror movie for the animals. So I've got no plans to watch that again anytime soon. I will just stick with Eaten Alive, thank you very much. Club Remix. Me and other of your fans make video games. You ever thought about doing a video game competition where a winner wins a week of your Patreon? I don't really have a setup to do video game stuff, whether it's like live streaming video games or even that I could bring in other. My laptops are I'm doing this on my phone right now. It's got better quality than my laptop does, and the connection is better too. My laptops I use for basic stuff, like I've got Zoom and stuff like that on there, but it's for meetings. It's for in the rare cases where I interview someone. If I'm getting interviewed, I use it for that. But like streaming games, hosting a lot of live stuff on there. I just don't have the setup for it. I love doing the live stream Q&As because it is fun to shoot the shit and stuff like that. But yeah, some kind of competition thing. I mean, I could think of another type of competition for sure. It probably wouldn't be any. It probably wouldn't be streaming video games. But I mean, it does say on here that you said you make me and other your fans make video games. Well, that would be it. If you made a Cinema Snob video game, a competition out of that, oh, I would figure out a way to play that. Yeah, I would. Someone's making video games of me, which we all know would just be beat 'em and eat 'em with my skin over it, which would mean you'd be the winner. Yeah, I would opt for some higher tech equipment to play that. One of our YouTube members here, Daniel Vasquez. Hey Brad, what did you think of the Scary Movie 6 trailer? If you saw it, and do you think it'll be an improvement of the series? Yeah, Doug and I didn't mention in when we reviewed Scream 7, but the trailer for Scary Movie 6, honestly, if you ask me, was the best part of going to see Scream 7. The Scary Movie 6 trailer, we laughed our asses off at it. Like, just little things like Anna Faris showing up as old Laurie, couple other references that they had in there too. And it was better than just because anyone can do references, sure, but just the lines that went along with it, their timing, their delivery, it all came together really solid in that trailer. I could go see the movie, and the movie could turn out bad, but I'll say this. I thought the trailer was really, really funny. I laughed way more in the trailer to that than I did in anything in Scream 7. So I'm looking forward to that. No, I really am. It's been a while. It's been a while since we've had a funny, scary movie because 5 was bad. I don't know if I ever saw Scary Movie 4. I think I at least saw the beginning, but Dave and I reviewed Scary Movie 5, and it wasn't very good. Scary Movie 3 is kind of hit or miss. 2 wasn't very good. I like the first one. I did like the first one. So, yeah, if they could recapture what made the first one work, because I like the first one, then yeah, I'm curious to see it. And it's also been a while since the Wayans have been attached to a good parody film. So I got my fingers crossed. I'm pulling for that one to work. Delos 1138. Would you do a long play of Body Harvest for Nintendo 64? Like I said on the other question, I don't really have the setup for that right now. Um, I mean, this is the laptop that I have used to stream games before. It's more of a connection issue now, where that's how I had to start. Why I had to start doing this on my phone because I don't know if something happened, but it kind of stopped connecting to my phone that I would use as a camera, and then I have the OBS set up here. The connection got kind of bad when I moved to this house, and it just became easier just to straight up stream on my phone with the chat over here. So I don't know. Maybe if I can make something work and stream some more games sometimes, because that would be fun to play Body Harvest again. That's a good underrated game for Nintendo 64. Senior Sticks, you win the lottery. Will you remake the basement setup? Yeah, actually, I probably would. I would, yeah. I would want to like maybe set up my house to maybe look a little like the house I grew up with. Yeah. Have some wood panel background. Get the shag carpeting in here. Get old Zenith television. That sounds like it would be cool. I would use, yeah, I'd put most of it into savings and set it up to where my son would get most of it. And then the rest of it that my son doesn't get, yeah, it's going to the wood paneled walls. I'd make a movie theater room too. I would do that. And then just go about my day watching exploitation films and reviewing them online. uh, Quasar YGO. Any plans to review God's Not Dead 5? Yeah, I should. I don't have plans right now to do that because I don't do as many of the faith-based movies anymore because most of them have kind of gotten better, so there'd be less material in them. And I kind of just I have more fun doing. And people really like the faith-based episodes a lot, and some of them were genuinely really fun to do. I don't want to make it sound like they weren't. It did get to a point where some felt like kind of an obligation because those videos started doing really, 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 really well. It's probably the most popular genre I've done for snob episodes. But I am more into horror movies. I am more into exploitation films. I like talking about those more. Um, but when one comes out that is absolutely bonkers, like maybe I should do an episode on what was it, Disciples in the Moonlight, The one where the Bible has been outlawed and replaced with a woke Bible. It's like the size of a pamphlet. So the disciples get together to sneak Bibles across state line, and they sneak across state lines by telling the cop that they're there to get an abortion. And then the leader of the team, who's secretly gay, is the one who betrays them. I should do an episode on that. So yeah, I should probably do God's Not Dead 5 because I've done the others, so why not? That way I could see if because I was asked to play there's a podcaster in it, and I was asked to play the part, but timing just didn't work out. That's what happened there. So I hope there's a God's Not Dead 6. Maybe I could have a small part in that. So I got to see God's Not Dead 5 so I can look at who they cast to play the podcaster and either be like, yeah, this guy was better, or yeah, should have gone with me. You'd have gotten yourself an Oscar nomination if I was in it. So I got to at least see that scene. And it brings Ray Weiss back to the series, so there is that. Club Remix 1277. I would love to make a Cinema Snob video game or even help you make one. Just give me some ideas for it because I'm blanking. Yeah, me too. I need some more Celsius drinks to come up with something because as of right now, I say you go with the idea of just straight up remaking Beat 'em and Eat 'em. Only it's the Cinema Snob catching that magic seed. Makes up for the fact that I don't do porno reviews very much anymore. Oh yeah, because I was still doing some snob episodes on adult movies, and I was putting them over on I don't know if I can say the name Smornhub. I was putting them over there, uncut versions of adult episodes that I did, and then last October I did an episode on the Halloween porn parody, and I made two different versions of it. I made the one that's on YouTube, and then an uncut version. So then I could put them on the uncut channel. So I hadn't been to the uncut channel for a while. I go there and then realize that, oh, they took like 90% of them down. I think there's only one or two of them that are still up over there, and they wouldn't accept the Halloween episode. So I don't know what happened there, but I was like, damn, there's some episodes that are straight up missing now. I mean, I'm sure I got them saved, but I don't know where to put them now. Like, maybe I could find some other adult site that does monetization. Hopefully a little bit better monetization than what Pornhub was. Oh, yeah, that's the name of it. So yeah, was that? Oh, so yeah. Maybe I'll have to find somewhere else to put those because yeah, they just straight up took those videos down. Anyway, sorry, brain fart. I was once again thinking of myself in Beat 'em and Eat 'em. Senor Sticks, God's Not Dead versus Hellraiser. Please estimate the plot. God's Not Dead versus Hellraiser. You know what? That'll be very, very, very easy to do. All you gotta do, you just do a straight up God's Not Dead movie. You can set it in college again. Bring Josh Whedon back. Bring Sorbo back. Oh, yeah. Sorbo shows up as he'll be like Frank from the others, where he wasn't quite saved yet. He comes back as a ghost, starts haunting Josh Whedon, and something to do with the box. You know what? You could play it like that. You could play it like the story of Frank from Hellraiser, or you just play it like maybe one of the direct-to-video Hellraiser movies did. You get yourself a pre-existing God's Not Dead script, and somewhere along the way, Ray Weiss gets his evil from the box, and they just insert Pinhead into it. Doesn't have anything to do with anything else going on, just Pinhead is inserted into the movie. That makes Hellraiser a very easy franchise to cross with something else. Because they've done that before, you know, the direct-to-video movies where it's like, oh, we got this cop thriller. It's kind of like Seven. Studio says, yeah, it's good, but insert Pinhead into it. Call it Hellraiser. Hey, we got this Jacob's Ladder knockoff. You know what to do. Put Pinhead in it. So yeah, as long as we bring back Kevin Sorbo, skinless, and as Frank, I'm all in on that. Corpo Agent 73. Looks like this is the last one. I just looked up Trackdown on IMDb. That's the kind of good bar follow-up I was talking about. Joe Spinell in it, which now makes it a must-watch. It is available for free on YouTube. Yeah, that seems about right. Early 80s TV movie. Odds are you could probably find it over on YouTube. And Joe Spinell is in it. It's been a long while since I've seen Trackdown. I do remember liking it. If Joe Spinell is in it, he's either the villain or he's the police commissioner. There's one or two things with Joey Spinell. It'll be some politician or a killer. Or a mobster. Rocky, the Fred Williamson movie he was in, where he's a mafia bad guy. And Fred Williamson, who's our hero, just cuts the head off the guy's dog at the end. Leaves the villain alive. The Big Score, I think that's what it was called. Leaves the villain alive, but kills the dog. Our hero, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for nothing, officer. Great, now the dog won't crap on my lawn. But we still got a mafia problem in this town. Alright, looks like that is about it. Doesn't look like I missed anything, so... Alright, everyone. Well, that was very, very fun. I believe I have cons next weekend. I'll double check. Our first con is the weekend of March 7th and 8th. So, if that's next weekend, that's where I'll be. But if not, I'll try to do another stream before I leave. But if you're subscribed to our Patreon, patreon.com/thecinemasnob, the Return of Living Dead episode will be up tomorrow. Then later on in the week, you'll get the first part of 1986 in film. So, all right. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I am going to brace myself, or if I wake up with a stomach ache, from eating the old cereal that's been sitting there. Just kidding. My body's used to the old cereal. All right. I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. Take care, everyone.